Yo, Joe!
Hello everybody and welcome back to another figure review. Today we have the Dreadnought and Gnawgahide, Pork Belly, and Yobbo. So Pork Belly and Yobbo the monkey. A lot of people were excited for that monkey. Just seeing the things in here, I like a lot of the things I see. There is a lot of reuse, obviously, but they did a few things here and there, and I'm just like, okay, that's some nice added detail and whatnot. Here's the new packaging for your deluxe sized character and pet sort of box, windowed box. Cobra logo, classified logo there, very empty down here. You have your names up there, Cobra logo, number, and then you have this beautiful art on the side here. I really do love this portrait here of them. Number 125 there on the side, and then you have sort of a render with the diorama kind of situation photography there. A few zoom in shots on some of the accessories, and the QR code, his skills and abilities. Again, QR code does not work, but that being said, let's take a closer look at all of our characters here. So just to show off how the tray looks, you have the sniper case down here. You have two knives, a longer knife, the sniper itself, which is odd they didn't just package into the case like they did with Lowlight, but that's whatever. You have his hat and his other accessories. So starting with accessories, we do have a whole ton to look at here, but I won't go too crazy in depth since there is a lot of reuse. We're going to start off with things that he already comes packaged in with, so it would be this sort of teeth or claw necklace, and then we have a dog tag, or just, yeah, dog tags. These are new, they're not reused from anything that I could find, and not even Major Blood. Major Blood has a whole bunch of them. And the infantry and the, the action soldier and sailor only have the 2 tags. So this one has a more like 4 or 3, it seems, sculpted on there. So yeah, different piece. But yeah, these come packaged in already on the figure. We then have the sniper here, which is Lowlight's sniper, so everything is detachable. You have your suppressor there, put that back on. You have the scope, which is removable. You have the magazine, which is removable, and the bipod, which is also removable, as you can see there. Putting all that back. Yeah, just Lowlights, just, you know, you have some green tones, and honestly, I may switch it out to, or give this to Lowlight instead. Just to have that 2-tone green and black for him. But you also get the sniper case here. I may just store it in here, but it's nice. Look at the brown inside, and then you have, you know, green outside. But the brown inside, you know, again, the 2-tone case here, which is very nice, and the sniper as well. All right, everybody. So while I was, you know, after recording and taking a few pictures, I realized that the sniper is a much harder plastic compared to that of Lowlight. So the Joe team did mention, you know, using the stronger material or plastic for the weapons, and this honestly might be it. I mean, you can see there is still some bend to it, obviously, especially at the stock over here, but overall it's not as flimsy as Lowlight's sniper, so there is some change happening here with the accessories, and that is very nice to see. I mean, you know, with Lowlight, where you put the suppressor, it was very, very warpy, very soft plastic. Here, there's some sturdiness to it, so that is good to see. There's a lot of 2-tone going on with these accessories. These came with Shadow Tracker. I don't know if I made a video on him. It's an okay. I really didn't know how to use any of these holes or ports. I know the extra arrow goes in there. Again, 2-tone, you have the sort of feather back here with brown and nothing at the tip. Oops, I dropped it. but this goes easily just in there as such, and you can pull it out and just leave it in there however you want. The compound bow, or whatever you want to call it, is very confusing to me. I don't know where you grip it, from which side. I don't know if you grip it from this way or like this. It has this attachment thing, which I don't know what that does either. Probably to hold the arrow. That's the best thing I could come up with this thing. But yeah, I don't know how this works. Maybe looking at some photography may help me in that regard. But again, two-tone, you have black here with the green and the black, whereas Shadow Trackers, everything was just molded in black, as you can see there. But yeah, it's just nice to see that. The best thing I found out is to put this thing here, and this attaches somewhere, maybe here, like that. Maybe that's the best I can figure out right now. But there's that accessory. You get 2 blades here, very nice knives with some silver paint there for you know, the sharp ends and whatnot, so it's very nice. These are new sculpts, so it's nice to see some new knives. We have this longer sword, which attaches to his forearm. Just an interesting concept. I guess you could also just grab it from the hilt here, but yeah, a lot of the promo images had him sort of attach this to his forearm. It's a little hard to do, but yeah, sort of like that. But you know, I'll do a better job when I'm not recording and take some pictures. But yeah, it's a new accessory. It's very nicely sculpted. Some nice silver blade paint there, so very nice to see. New accessories. And then we have his hat here, which I do really love and dig. Sort of the teeth or claws again, going all the way around. Very nice hunter hat. But yeah, those are all the accessories that come with Gnawgahide. That being said, let's take a close look at his pets. We're going to start off with Yobbo here, the little monkey. You can see he has an eye patch, which is pretty cool. You have his mouth there. It does not open or close. You have a little black eye there. And just overall sculpted very well. A lot of fur and whatnot for a monkey. You have painted toes or nails. I think that is... No, shadows are deceiving me. They're not painted nails. Doesn't really bother me. It is a smaller pet friend accessory, so I don't mind not having paint, you know, at the nails. But yeah, the arms don't move, at least that I know of. It almost seems like they can, because you can see the molding going there. Maybe they did intend the arms to move, but they are molded solid, just as one piece. So if they did plan for some articulation in the arms, it's a bummer they decided not to go through it. But yeah, there's the tail. It's a nice and flexible material. Hey, so pork belly here is rather interesting. I think there is some articulation that should have been added. That would have been nice. For example, here, there's no hinge here, so sort of like this area here, you won't get that. You only get the lower parts of the leg that are going to articulate. Another articulation point that would have been nice is at the feet. They could have had rockers. That would have been nice, especially for wide stances. That way you can pivot them so that they're flat on the floor. But with that being said, the articulation we get is pretty decent. Starting with the tail, you just have rotation there, so nothing too crazy. Not a bendy wire or whatnot, but it can rotate as such. The back legs are on a ball joint, so they can go out about that much, spread out. I don't know what the best way to show this, but they can spread out, go in, and then you have, like I said, a hinge here and the hinge up here in this hoof. So it's decent range, you know. You get some good range of articulation there. You have the mid torso section, so you can crunch up or down that much and down that much. Can move side to side, so there's a ball joint in there, so there's some nice motion there. front legs are similar to the back ones. They can go out about that much, go in about that much, can go forward and back. Again, you have this hinge here, sort of a midsection there of the leg, can go forward and back about that much, and then the foot goes forward and back about that much. The head, it can rotate here at the base here. I don't know if it's a ball joint or a hinge, but it can rotate. It can go back about that much and down about that much. And then you have another ball joint. I assume it's a ball joint, but it can go up about that much. The hair is going to push it back into place, so you won't get that much going that way. And then going down, you can get a little bit, but yeah, you can rotate this as such, and then you can get overall with both pretty good up and both pretty good down. This is very pliable, which is very nice, so very soft plastic. The jaw here can open, so you can have some nice detail inside there, the tongue and some teeth. Just don't push it too far, because that will happen. But yeah, it's simply a sort of C-clip in there, and then you have your connection there. You just simply put it back in. But yeah, that's about as far as you can take it before it pops off. But yeah, overall it's sculpted nicely. You have a lot of different like fur texture going throughout, like back here. The back of the legs here had a lot of wrinkling. A bit of an inconsistency here is the wrinkling. It just kind of smoothens out here rather than keeping those wrinkles going all the way through, which is a bit of a shame. But other than that, the hooves are painted nicely, so there's some fur or texture around those hooves, which is very nice. And then the head sculpt itself is very nice. All this fur, thick fur on the back here, very nice. You get more fur in the ears there. You get some chops there on the side. These sort of horns bulging out. I don't know. Horns, more horns. This one's broken. I believe that's how he is supposed to be. He's supposed to have a broken tusk, from what I can see. Yeah. That's supposed to be a nail. I wish that was painted. In the packaging art, you can see there that's sort of a nail, and yeah, the tusk is broken, but it's kind of black there. So it would have been nice to have painted that, because that just seems kind of a random thing that's just on there. And then you have the nose ring there, very dreadnought style. You have an earring here too on the ear. And the eyes are painted phenomenally, so you can see the eyes there. And then you have these sort of, your teary kind of dried up snot there going down the eyes. But yeah, the eyes are painted very well. Very nice pet ear accessory. I love it. It's unique, it's different. It's different compared to everything we've seen, from alligators to wolves, birds, and I don't know what else we've had, but it's a nice addition. I love it. But with that being said, let's move on to Gnawgahide himself. Alright, Gnawgahide here is a lot of reuse. From the legs to the torso and the arms. Basically, all you get is a new head sculpt and a few new pieces just laid on top of everything else. Everything was reused from Gung-Ho, from that very first one. This is the retro one, which was later released, but it's all essentially the same. Just the knee pad, I don't remember where that comes from. Probably the old Gung-Ho or another Roadblock, but yeah, same shin guard, same boots, same pants, same crotch piece, same torso, and same arms, different head. So with that being said, articulation is what you expect if you already have Gung-Ho. Arms go out about that much, back, bicep swivel, double jointed arms, both hands hinge in and out, I believe. As such, you have some crunch, some back, some waist swivel. Ooh, that's pretty tight. I don't like how that feels. Legs kick forward about that much, and then you have your upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, you have your boot cut there, feet go back forward, and then you have your pivot. I will say this one is this side of the leg is pretty rough on me. I don't know why. I did put some shock oil in there. As you can see, it's kind of shiny, glittering. But yeah, that one was a little tough. But you can see it is moving now. So it's just a heads up on that. Put some shock oil in that if it is too tough. But yeah, it seems to be moving now. Torso here is also pretty stiff, like there's some pushback, like it just wants to go back. So I'll see what I can do with that. Also, his head does look up, but these tend to get in the way. So I think what I will do is remove at least the dog tag and keep his hunter necklace there as such, but he can look down. He does have a disc hinge, because again, it's a reuse mold, but he can look up about that much, pretty fair. What I've been doing is trying to just sneak this color of the necklace underneath his leopard vest there, and that keeps it down sort of, and then of course when I try to show it, it's not working, but as you can see, it kind of keeps it down and you can get more of that head looking up. So it does look up a fair amount, which is very nice. Well, it's crunching forward, which is very nice. In terms of detail and storage, you have the back knife sheath back here, which is nice. I wish Classified would do a little more of these sort of back, behind the back knife storage. I know I did that with Firefly because I didn't like it on the forearm, so I just kind of cut the straps and glued it on the back belt piece. You get this added sheath down here at the boots, which is very nice. We haven't seen that one before, but yeah, you can store the other knife in there. In terms of the bigger weapons, again, this is all detachable and goes into the sniper case, but you can double them up and put them on him as such. That might be a little bit too much to carry, so I think it's just up to preference and how you want to store them. So you can just have the sniper case on its own, or just the compound bow on the back there, and then you can make them hold this. So there's some options and variety to store them. But with that being said, let's take a close look at some of the details that we are seeing with this guy. This belt piece is brand new. We haven't seen it, and I think it's pretty nice. You get some grenades, some flashbangs, again, that sheath on the back, and then a little bit of rope or whatnot. You have these armbands with, again, the teeth or claws of some sort of big cat, just going around, wrapping around. You have a nice A tattoo. I'm not sure what that is in reference of, I'll be honest. You have the forearm wrapping here with a lot of little spikes, and they're painted silver, which is very nice. On this other one, you have this sort of bracelet thing. Again, big cat, claws or teeth, just going all the way around, painted nicely. This tattoo, unfortunately, kind of rubbed or has faded on this top part, so that's a bit of a shame. And I'm not sure what animal. I know it's a big cat, but yeah, since it's segmented between the shoulder and the bicep here, it's kind of difficult to see, the full picture. But you do have an arrow going through, a sword or knife, and a little snake slithering down it, which is very nice. You have the vest here, the leopard or jaguar vest. Again, I think these are the claws. These are claws, and then these might be the teeth. But yeah, you have the vest there. It looks nice. You have little like these go in there like buttons. And a nice patterning, a nice texture and feeling, nicely sculpted and whatnot. On the head, he does have some earrings, but you have a cool sort of snake tattoo on his head. And then up here, you have some gnarly scars from, fighting a cat or whatever. And they are raised, so, they feel like actual scars. When you get a scar, you kind of get that sort of ridge on your skin, and that's what they did here, which is very nice. It's sculpted on there. It's not just painted, so that's some nice attention to detail. His head sculpt here, you can see kind of like open mouth expression there. His chops there on the side, a big mustache. Yeah, nice details overall with this guy. I'm not entirely upset that they reused a lot of the gung ho sculpt, but yeah, overall he looks fantastic. Here's also a comparison with the vintage one. I will go further into detail in a separate video comparing the two. Alright everybody, so I think that does it for my review for the most part. Like I said, there's a lot of reuse in terms of the accessories and the body mold used for Gnawgahide himself. A few new pieces here and there, you know, like his forearm sword or the two knives that he can sheath. I love the addition of pork belly and Yobbo. As you can see, you can put Yobbo on pork belly. I know you can mount him on Gnawgahide as well. I'll mess around more when I take a few pictures of these guys. But yeah, just moving that leg is a disappointment to me, you know. It just feels like it's not smooth enough, so you know, I'm still weary about that. Even the waist joint there can be a little too hard to move around, but I didn't see any warping or stress on the ball joint of the waist swivel, so it's mostly just the leg that worries me sometimes. But like I said, there's a lot of reuse, but a lot of the new stuff with this guy, a lot of little details and overlays that really make this body mold, you know, breathe again and to live again. Would have been nice if they updated it to, you know, pinless. That's always a plus, but we didn't get that here. I think from the two pets, my favorite would be Pork Belly. I just love the name, and he looks fantastic. Little Pumbaa guy. Yobbo is a great addition too. I think he's a hilarious addition, especially with that eye patch. But yeah, overall, it's a fantastic deluxe, you know, packaged deal here. Some reuse and some new things here and there, so it kind of, you know, it all blends into a well-made, you know, deluxe package here. But with that being said, what do you guys think of these guys here? We have another Dreadnought to add to the collection, so that's always nice for collectors. But yeah, that does it for me. What do you guys think of this figure and, you know, his pets? Let me know down below in the comments, and excuse me, been very burpy this morning. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in a future video.